So there's been a lot of talk about Hazbin Hotel Season 2, right? Season episodes 3 and 4 dropped. They were awesome, lots of twists, secrets. You should definitely go watch that if you haven't already. And since Season 1, there hasn't been any official action figures, like none from like SH Figure Arts, Mayfix, Hasbro. Like, sure, Hazbin Hotel isn't worldwide, but still, a lot of people like it. I mean, there is the, the $120 Android figure that's like, what, 5 inches tall or something? Am I gonna pay for that much? I don't think so. People have made really cool customs, which are insanely cool, and you should go check out their channels, because, they did so well with that. But in this video, I'm gonna show you how I made my own Hazbin Hotel figure out of just foil and wire. Now to look at some details on my Alastor figure, you can see his face is very much like Alastor. He's got the hair that comes down there. He's got the sort of triangle chin. He's got hair that goes there. There's the eyes. I had to choose whether his hair goes this way or that way, because in the episode always changes from this way to that way, So I just decided to make it this way, because, he just looks alright. But I might make another head for that. His ears are made out of cardboard, so they're soft and movable. He's got his little antlers right there, if you can see them. I did make big antlers. If you don't mind, I'll go grab them. Yeah, like I said, I did make big antlers for him, like he sung in Stay Gone, but those somewhat worked. Yeah, I'll show you. They work, but they don't, because I wanted to make them unique, but they don't really stay on, so yeah, that was kind of a fail, but he looks alright like that. And I did put the cross, when he got killed by the hunters, cross on his head, so there's that. Then you got the inside of you got his neck, and then you can see the foil head. And the neck was made from this plastic stuff. You use a heat gun to make it shrink stuff. I don't know what it's called. And there's the bow tie. It's pretty average, just made out of cardboard, And got the inside of the shirt, which is just stuck onto the body. Got the little things there. Everything is made out of clothes, actual clothes. There's no wire or anything. He just looks more like a doll, but oh well. I wanted to make it actual real clothing, because sure, you can put wire in it and all that, but where's the fun in that? I put lighter bits in here. You see that? I'll take his hand off, and you can see the hot glue in there, which is cool. Yes. So see, I put a piece of hot glue right there, and I put another bigger piece of hot glue right there. So in there is a piece of wire, which you can somewhat see. So he can bend at the arm, which is why this is better than my other custom figure, as foil bends and breaks and all shit. Yeah, so there is that. And then we'll take a look at the hand. Now the hand is a very interesting thing. So I used mostly foil wire. There's a bit of blue tack I must have left on there. My bad. it helps you with the cane because the cane's made out of wire. And yeah, so it's hot glue sticks with a little wire, if you can see that. Not sure if you can see that on camera, but there is wire. It's this really easy bendable wire. And so his fingers are articulated, you know, you can like, because I wanted to remake, you know, the Hasbro Spider-Man 2 action figures with opposable hands, you know, you give him a thumbs up. And it really just gives with like swapping out the hands. Like, why would you, like, it would be like, why swap out the hands when you could just make articulated fingers to make the other hands? Like, you know what I mean? Like, sort of this guy, like, I put a cut in between, which does look somewhat weird. Like, that's alright, but, like, I prefer, like, if you could move his thumb, that, like, you know. Yep, so you can do some other poses if you wanted that. Anyway, well, there's the hand for you right there. Let's just put it back on his wrist peg. Like I said, everything's made out of clothing. Now, on his legs are very interesting. Because in the show, his legs are like thick here and thin there. And I did use clothing from an old Cat Noir figure I had. I did not sew. I could not sew for shit, my man, guy. I used paper for that because it was like really easy. And it looks really, really good. You know. And then for his feet, show you this one. You can see a little hot glue stick there. With his feet, I'll just take this off. Second, with his feet, it's got a pointy end there. I didn't know if I was to add his hooves or not, because like there's red there. Like I don't know. I didn't see any. Yeah, so this is all made of paper and foil. I did make a cut in there, which you can somewhat see. Yeah, some part of me's like, this foot looks really big, but it's just camera, you know, it does. And it helps him stand as well. Look, this guy is somewhat tricky to stand. Like, he fell a couple times while filming this, and I had, yeah. Well, that's all the details. Let's go into accessories.
With his smile, he turned the world upside down.
And those were the eyes for accessories. Now let's take a look at the staff for a second, just say that, right? So I did use actual fabric for this, and I used foil for the basic, like, you know, it's bendable and all that, you know. And I did make it was very hard to make the radio eye thing, because it was made out of, like, I had to make it out of strong cardboard, which was very hard to cut a little, you know, a little thing that comes out like that. Which is, yeah. I used the actual microphone out of hot glue, and I used a white bit out of white electrical tape. So there's that. And for the base of it, I used a wire, coat hanger wire, which I have, which I have over here. I made it out of this, which is sturdy but very hard to bend, as you see. Which is why this cane has somewhat some bends. Let me tell you, it does not look this bad in real life than it does on camera. Camera just makes everything look weird some way. Yeah, and then there's the little bottom bit that I might redo. It's a little dark if you can't see, but it is red. So there's that, and it stands like, it stands up like taller than the baby Spider-Man. Like, maybe, is it taller? Is it as tall as Sonic? No, it's taller than Sonic. Jeez, I didn't know that. Well, it's like just a bit over the Maximum Series Spider-Man. Oh, I didn't think it'd be that tall, you know. Well, anyways, well, that's his cane. And that, yeah. And for the articulation for this guy, it is pretty simple. Just let me get this staff out of his hand, and let's do this. So his head moves up that much. Very good neck range, I think. Looks down that much. Yes, I do need to work on the back of his head. It tilts that much, which is sort of restricted by the hair because it is made out of thick cardboard. Tilts back that much, yeah, but nonetheless, pretty good. His little skeptical thing you see is articulated. If you can see, it has a wire going there, which makes it easier to, you know, swap out the eyes. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Anyways, his arms go out. Yes, like I said, his arms are pretty long. But like I said, it makes it look like this. And he looks more demon with elongated arms, you know. So his arms can go forward like that much, which is a lot. They go forward that much. They bend at the elbow this much. They can go in as much as you want it to because it's wire. And the wrist sort of bends, like you can sort of bend it. Like it bends that way and bends that way and bends that way and bends that way. Anyways, and the fingers are articulated. They move. They have wire in the hot glue. I used hot glue because foil tends to just like rip apart, and I didn't want to give him one like single hand like I did with the shadow figure, so he can actually move his hands. Same goes for the other arm. With the crunch, he crunches, but I just don't really see any need for like a crunch. So yeah, so there's that. I'll just move his arms out of the way. So he can kick out that far for 90 degrees. He bends at the elbow. I mean, not at the elbow, the knee. God damn it, sorry. The knee, he bends that much. With foot articulation, you can rotate it side to side, somewhat get it up and down. I don't really see no need for that. Like, he really just, like, you know, stands there with his staff and all that, you know. So I don't see that. Yeah. So he's not articulated as what? The Maximum series? Like, yeah, sure he's not as articulated as this guy, but, like, this guy was like made in a factory. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have a factory. I have wire and that. Like seriously, man. Like, sure. This is a good figure, by the way. But yeah, there's that. And for some comparisons with this custom Alastor figure, here he is next to the Maximum series Spider-Man. And he is towering over Spider-Man. Yes, he did kind of got taller than I expected. Anyways, here he is next to the new Magic Gathering Anti-Venom, and yes, he towers over him. Whoops. Here he is next to the next newest figure. I don't know. The Jakks Pacific Sonic figure. Oh damn, he towers over him. Jeez, yeah, I made this figure somewhat a bit too tall. But like everyone says, bigger the better. I don't know. What do you guys think? And here he is next to the Jakks Pacific Sonic 3 Tails figure, and my gosh, you are tiny, Tails. Here he is next to my SH Figure Arts Avengers Tech on Captain America, or who I like to call Iron America, because it makes sense, you know. Iron Man, Captain America together, you know. It's a little pun. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Avengers Endgame with custom paint, because I did drop him once and it chipped his paint. And he does look a little bit dark, but trust me, he is a lot lighter. It's the camera, the camera I'm using. And here he is to my other custom figure, Shadow the Hedgehog. And yeah, like what I was saying with the hot glue sticks, like with foil, see right here, like when you bend it, the foil starts to break, if you can see there. So yeah, which is why this Alastor figure is much better than this guy. Yeah, sorry, Shadow. So much for the ultimate life form. Joking. And for the last comparison, here he is next to Baby Spider-Man. If I could just get him up the stand. There. Yep, he is very big. So here we are at the last chapter of this review on my custom radio demon. So tell me, guys, did you like it? Was this review good? Should I make more reviews? Or, well, just leave a comment, you know? It'll really help. And should I make more? What should I make next? Should I make more outfits, like the battle damage outfit, or the outfit he wore in, you know, when he went to Rosie's place and you found out his backstory, his deal? Or which character should I make next? Should I make Vox, one of the other V's, Charlie, Lucifer, Angel Dust, maybe even Nifty? You guys leave a comment down below. And remember, please subscribe, like, share, because it would really help this channel out. And also, stay tuned.